Property Owner Files, Season 1, Episode 9, What They Found. After years of silence, is being a landlord really worth it? Some problems happen overnight. Others take years to reveal themselves. Welcome back to Property Owner Files. Today's file is about what happens when no one checks, and silence becomes routine. The tenant lived like this for years. The rent was paid. That's why no one checked. No complaints, no emergency calls, no inspection requests. Year after year, the unit stayed quiet. From the outside, it looked like the perfect rental. But behind the door, something was slowly unraveling. Today's story isn't about a bad month, or a bad tenant, or even a bad decision. It's about what happens when time passes unchecked. Stay until the end, because what inspectors found after years of silence changed how this landlord managed every property they owned. The perfect tenant. This tenant never caused problems, paid rent automatically, avoided contact, handled everything themselves. To the landlord, that sounded ideal. No maintenance calls, no complaints, no drama. So inspections stopped happening. Years passed. The landlord focused on other properties, louder ones, messier ones. This unit faded into the background. But silence doesn't mean stability. It just means no one is watching. Still watching? The first walkthrough answered everything, opening a door to the past. When the tenant finally moved out, the landlord expected a normal turnover. Instead, it felt like walking into a time capsule. Furniture from years ago, layers of dust, air that hadn't circulated properly in a long time. At first glance, it looked cluttered, not alarming. But then the details stood out. Walls discolored, floors uneven, vents clogged and sealed off. This wasn't neglect from a few months. This was slow decay, years of living without intervention. And then the inspections began. Years of damage coming to light. Contractors started uncovering the truth. Moisture damage that had spread beneath floors. Evidence of long-term pest activity. Systems that hadn't functioned properly in years. The tenant adapted instead of reporting problems. Worked around leaks. Blocked vents. Adjusted to conditions no one else knew about. And that's what made it worse, because the landlord lost the chance to stop it early. Insurance questioned timelines. Repairs multiplied. Costs climbed fast. Still watching? One discovery explained everything. Why no one noticed. The most unsettling part wasn't the damage. It was how easy it was to miss. The unit didn't look abandoned. Rent never stopped. There were no red flags, just absence. No inspections meant no accountability. No accountability meant no reporting. And over time, the unit stopped functioning the way it was designed to. This wasn't malicious. It was gradual. And gradual problems don't feel urgent until they are. The real lesson of silence. This landlord didn't lose money because of one bad tenant. They lost money because years passed without visibility. Silence felt like success, but silence was decay. From that moment on, inspections became routine. Systems became stricter. Trust became conditional. Because property ownership doesn't fail loudly. It fails quietly. In the next and final file of this arc, we look at what happens when years of neglect finally reach the breaking point. When a property can't be saved. This tenant didn't destroy the unit in a day. They lived like this for years, and no one knew. In the next file, the damage went so far, the property was never reopened. Click the next episode to open the next file. This is Property Owner Files.